I'll wait a little bit for some people to get into the room. A lot going on today. A whole lot going on. Let me get set up here so everybody can hear me. What's up, James? How you doing? Italian Queen. What up, Gab Talk? What's up, brother? Well, the Gab Talk is in the building. Anyone you never heard of Gab Talk Media? Suggest y'all go support that brother. The brother's real good. He does a lot of things in the community. What's up again, LMP? I appreciate you, brother, too. LP, they just got through chopping it up with LMP. That's another brother everyone needs to go support. Life Machine Power. Go and support each other, man. Go and support these two brothers. Gab Talk Media, Life Machine Power. Appreciate it, LMP. Yeah, man, so I'm just out and about here downtown, just checking out the sights and sounds. First of all, let me know if you can hear me. Can everyone hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, because I want to come in loud and clear for my people. Went down a little bit. Oh, wow. Really, James? That's messed up. CG3, how you doing? All right, everyone. How about now? Can everyone hear me right now? Sorry about all that, y'all. I'm downtown, just killing some time. Man, the traffic here. Well, hey, what can you expect? It's downtown LA. Downtown LA. Once again, everyone put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me just fine. Okay, all right. Oh, all right, appreciate it. Kareem, appreciate you. Yeah, everybody, I'm just decided that just gonna get out, and before I go to work or before I get there, I just wanted to say what's going on to my peeps. I want y'all to get a look at what's going on down here, man. It's almost like chaos down here. I mean, people don't know how to. There's no courtesy in the world today. Basic human decency and courtesy for people. I mean, everyone seems to be in a hurry. Everyone is like, give me. I mean, we don't seem to know how to embrace one another anymore. The human touch is gone. I mean, people have really lost their mind. What's up, Filthy Frank? Is Makem in the building? Hey, Makem, how you doing? Yeah, Makem, it is nice looking. It's still chaotic because everyone's the basic hustle and bustle of the city, you know. Exactly, Gab, I definitely agree. It's a selfish world we live in because, I mean, it's even mentioned in the Bible that the love of many will wax cold. And this is true because we live in a society today where everyone is all about me. What's in it for me? What can I do for me? And nobody seems to really care about their fellow man. It's like there's this Russian philosopher named Dostoevsky he said something that made some sense. He said, you could tell the breakdown of a society by how it treats its inmates. And when he first said that, at first I didn't quite get it, but I think I know what he was saying. That the way inmates are treated in a prison, that's pretty much how society is being treated as an overall whole. Because, you know, inmates were once part of the society, so I guess it only makes sense. So the bottom line is that we live in the day and age where everyone is like, I got mine, you get yours. And this is really giving me an understanding and a pure meaning of the expression dog world, because it's literally every man against himself, every man for himself, and God for us all. And that's not really how we were designed to be. I mean, human beings, we were designed to be social creatures. We were designed to be together and not drift apart from one another. And that's the sad part about it, is that we've just lost that touch. We've lost our minds in society. And one of the things, I was talking to LMP about this earlier, about how a lot of these jobs they don't want to see us, they don't want to see people happy. That's why a lot of times they purposely underpay you. They keep you in a certain bracket to where you have to depend on them, where you have to, they just barely to make ends meet, where rent and stuff and inflation is going up, and they keep you just to the point where you could barely make it. And that's one of the reasons why people are so angry all the time, because with the pressures of society and the way things are going, it's tough. It is really tough. Hey, Manny and Bree, how y'all doing? Welcome. First of all, everyone, welcome. My name is Aaron Collins. I'm just here to just speak with everyone and just to see what everyone's up to today, and just basically share my world with people, share what's going on in my life with folks, and yeah, let's do this. So how's everyone else doing today? What's everyone doing today? What's going on? What's going on in everyone's life? What's up, Johnny Romaine Thomas? And everyone, feel free. This is where I don't mind. Everybody meet each other. Everyone talk to each other. Everyone support one another. I don't mind. I don't mind people talking amongst themselves. Now, this is an open chat. The only thing I just ask that you respect each other, respect me, and we can all get along just happily. YouTube is doing some new stuff nowadays, guys. I'm sure you already know. Now they made it to where if you have less than 1,000 supporters, you cannot go live on a phone, such as what I'm doing right now. I don't know why they came up with. Maybe it's to weed out certain channels that are not being useful to the platform. It could possibly be. Maybe it's other things, but there's also other stuff that YouTube has in place, like certain words you can't use that begin with the letter S. So when people start looking out for each other, say something like, hey, I rang your doorbell, or hey, I see you, or something like that. So, anyway, y'all make them happy somehow. Another thing too, but when you come on a channel, when you come on anyone's channel, you hit the like button. That's basically your way of letting the host of the channel, know that you're there. And then drop a comment. Everyone say hello to one another. And it's just basic common courtesy. Everyone, and that's how that works. So it's not a perfect system, but I like to think and understand why YouTube is doing certain things, because hey, we want to. Yeah, we want to realize that they are doing things, I guess, to better the platform. At least that's what I hope they are. But anyway, everyone, like I said, like the title says, I'm just killing time. I guess I really don't have too much of anything major to talk about. I will say this much. I'm not sure if anyone knows this, but at least here in Los Angeles, the Nation of Islam actually put on a beautiful display. They put on a beautiful. What's up, Ron Redbird, my brother? How you doing? Anyway, the Nation just put on a beautiful ceremony for Nipsey Hussle over at Crenshaw and Slauson where his shop was. And last week, or maybe a couple weeks ago, I actually went by the memorial, paid my respects. It was pretty beautiful. It was somber, but it was beautiful. You know, the settings, what people did for him. And you know, Nipsey, he was well loved in the community. He was somebody that really gave back to the community. But one thing that the minister said that was speaking, he said something very key. He said that that was actually the first time in the history of Los Angeles that the nation's actually come out and supported a black person like that. And this is something that we have to learn to do and to embrace each other as a people, because everyone else supports and embraces each other. It's time that we do the same thing. And this here, I've stated before, this is not something that we could blame on white supremacy. We need to check ourselves on this. I stated this before in the first live stream I did dedicated to Nipsey. We have to learn to embrace each other. And not just for Nipsey. A lot of people think, well, they probably did that for Nipsey because he was famous. Okay, I get it. But yeah, there's a lot of people, a lot of young brothers and sisters that passed away that aren't famous. And this is for them as well. We have to learn to embrace one another, because we're literally all we got. We literally all we got. And society is even showing us what it really truly is to us, how it truly treats us. I mean, just recently in the South, I think it was in Louisiana, 3 black churches were burned. Now we've gone back into that period where churches are being burned. See, this is stuff that happened back in the 50s and 60s. Remember the 4 little girls? They died because a bomb went off in the church that was planted by a hate group there. Killed them. This is 2019, and we are still dealing with that certain behavior. But yet we have certain forces out there that expect us to forget about it. They say that we should move on, that we should stop continuing to talk about this sort of thing, that racism is a thing of the past. But history, as well as the present, has shown and is constantly showing us that it's not so much a thing of the past. It is still very much in our present, and it must be addressed. Because the one thing that I've learned is if you don't learn from your past, you're doomed to repeat it. So maybe, just maybe we're repeating some stuff that we didn't learn. I hope it doesn't get too extreme. I said this before, that when Trump was elected in office the first time, I looked at it as a positive thing, and I'll tell you why. Because it was a catalyst, it was a motivator. It was supposed to be something to light under the fire, a fire to be lit under the collective tail of the black community to get up, mobilize, strategize, and organize. Now, I'm seeing that there are some things that are starting to happen, and I'm glad to see that, but it needs to happen more at a more rapid pace. It needs to pick up. It needs to continue. We need to be more proactive and not so reactive. We need to deal with things before they start to happen. Because that's the one thing about us as a people, which really does bother me, is that when something happens, we're so quick to always want to complain and moan about it, when we should have been dealing with this all along. Shout out to Spirit of Truth. How you doing, brother? Oh, you're welcome, Spirit of Truth. So, and yes, I'm repeating myself. I'm repeating things I've said before. I just want it to be ingrained in us. I want it to be instilled in us, because I know we are a very intelligent and powerful people. I know we can do this. I know we can organize. So yeah, I saw that they were all dressed in white. You had the Fruit, you had the MGT. They were all in formation. They were all standing in line. They marched for Brother Nipsey, and it was beautiful. It was very beautiful. In a few days, I believe tomorrow, or I think it's Thursday, we're going to actually do something at the Staples Center. It's called a Celebration of Life for Nipsey, and they were actually having complimentary tickets going out to people who wanted to attend, and those tickets went fast, which I anticipated they would do anyway. The tickets went fast, and I'm sure it's going to be packed over there, and I can already anticipate that security is going to be tight. So even if anyone wanted to try something, they're not going to succeed because they're going to have it pretty much on lockdown. Is it going to be a media circus? Of course it is. It's going to be a media frenzy because Nipsey's been in the media. He's been talked about for the last 2 weeks now. But now the question is what are we going to do post-Nipsey Hussle? Are we going to continue his legacy? Are we going to start to love and embrace each other? Are we going to build our communities? Or are we going to continue to go back to sleep and do the things that we've been doing? I'm hoping we can do the former because it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to do what we need to do to strengthen and embrace our communities. Let's see, what else did I want to speak on? I just wanted to pretty much speak on some of these things right here. Like I said before, I'm so grateful and I'm really thankful for every last one of you all that's in the chat. I'm thankful for every last one of you. Every last one of you. Because you all are the ones who got me to where I am. If it wasn't for you all watching me, I wouldn't be where I am. Sometimes I get nervous. Sometimes I run out of things to say. Sometimes I don't know what to talk about. But I appreciate you all anyway for helping me. I appreciate you all doing the things that you all do for me. So that's pretty much what I wanted to mention. But yeah, at the Staples Center tomorrow, I believe it's going to be at 11 o'clock. They're going to have a celebration of life for Nipsey Hussle. A lot of people have come up with these conspiracies and stuff that Nipsey was killed because he was doing a documentary about Dr. Sebi. I'm not going to say that was specifically it. We all know that he was doing the Sebi documentary. But I don't think that was purposely the reason why. I know we're so quick to come with these conspiracies and stuff. I will admit that Nipsey was involved in a lot of stuff that would have benefited the community, and it's really, all this is a cycle. Anytime that there's been a concentrated effort to awaken the black community, there's always been a vested interest in stopping that from happening. We already know this. One thing that Nip did is that he wanted to bring the street organizations that they call gangs together. And that's another thing too I wanted to mention too. I'm glad, I want to send a shout out to, what's his name, Big U? Big U is a community organizer here in Los Angeles. He organized for different gangs from different neighborhoods in LA to congregate together at Crenshaw and Slauson. It was a closed door meeting between them, which is understandable, on how they could come together and how they could continue Nipsey's legacy. I'm glad they did that. Because see, a lot of people think that these brothers are not organized, but I already know that they're organized. This is not the first time that LA's had peace treaties like this. I can only just hope this one will last. Of course, they're gonna always try to tear it down and say it's not gonna last and stuff like that. But we know that what we can do. We know that we are a strong people, and there's strength in numbers. And we should definitely embrace this. We should come together and embrace everything that's affected our community. Everything that has something to do with us, we need to embrace it. What's up, Flavor Genuine? How you doing, brother? Long time no see. Glad to see you. I'm just sitting there just sharing some facts with everyone, just talking about the week, talking about things, and just killing some time before I head into work. But I believe that we can come together. That is very detrimental for us to come together as people to come together and build up our community, because it's something that's very detrimental, and it is needed. It's something that we have to really embrace, because our very history, our very present depends on it. So let's see what else can we talk about? One thing that I wanted to also talk about, that there is a concentrated effort to halt and completely destroy the development of black boys. It's happened in the past, and it's happening today in the future. Part of the reason for the prison, wait a minute, what they call it, the school to prison pipeline, is so they could institutionalize black boys. They don't want young black men to learn anything. They want us literally to die. There are so many things that are happening in place that can benefit with our destruction and to aid in our destruction. One of those things they've managed to do is caused us to help aid in our own destruction by putting more guns in our communities and schools. Oh, that's good, Flavor. Everything's well in LA, Flavor, Genuine, appreciate it. People are starting to understand, the healing process, I believe the healing process is starting to begin. So all I can do is just continue to pray that it never ceases. But things are coming well. And man, y'all, we got this deal with mental illness in our community. I mean, looking at people, man, look at this. We got to deal with all kind of mental illness. Anyway, didn't want to shock everyone with that, but this is just the type of stuff that we deal with in society today. We got more disenfranchised people, more people angry, more unhappiness, more relationships that are going up. I mean, it's just so much going on in the world today. And this is what happens. I believe this is what happens when you take prayer out of schools, and everything else will follow. Everything else comes in. I mean, when you look at the constant degradation of our society, and you look at the things that's happening in our society, it makes you wonder, is there any hope for humanity? I believe there's some hope for us. I really do believe that there's hope for our society. It's up to us to embrace it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about the ongoing effort to destroy the image and the identity, as well as the self-esteem of black boys. Black boys are constantly being vilified, just like black men, constantly being profiled, railroaded, and all it is an effort to thwart and to end the existence of us. We must get behind that. We must embrace that ourselves. We must learn to take our young men and nurture them. We have to, and I'm not saying coddle them, I'm not saying shelter them, But yeah, they do, in a sense, in some instances, need to be protected from the society that we're living in, protected from certain things and elements that are happening here. Yeah. So the society as we know it, though, it's I'll put it to you this way: things going on as they are, I still continue to believe that there's hope for us. There is hope for society. There's hope for everything. There's hope for us as a people. It may not look like it, but I really do believe that there's hope for us. Yeah, exactly, Gab. Exactly, it is, man. And but we can still we can get through this. We can get through this together. I appreciate it, Gab. Once again, y'all, shout out to Gab Talk Media. Everyone support this brother. This brother has some great interviews. I've seen this brother interview some interviews with people I never thought. I mean, I think, you know what, Gab? I don't even know what your best interview was, man. I mean, I enjoyed all of them, all the ones I've seen. Shoot, Gab Talk, man, Gab, you could interview you could interview a dog and it would go and it would be all right. Sonny's Boxing, what's going on, brother? Glad you're here, man. This is the first time I've seen you in the chat, man, but I'm glad to see you, brother. Sonny's Boxing, that's another good brother. I've been on some panels with Sonny's Boxing as well. Y'all support that brother. Support Sonny's Boxing. I remember me and Sonny's Boxing did some panels on Underrated Darkness. Underrated Darkness is another good brother too, by the way. But yeah, man, see, basically, what I did right there is embracing each other. There's something that we gotta go back to doing. Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a time where black people, where we loved each other. Black love really existed. The black people were loving each other, embracing each other, standing with one another. And man, we've gotten so far from that. It makes you wonder, what happened? What happened to us as a people? I mean, why did we get away from that? But I do believe in the attributes of Sankofa, which means to go back and get it. That's what Sankofa means, go back and get it. And that's exactly what we need to do, is go back and get it. Yeah, I appreciate that, Gab Talk. I really do. Oh boy. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all this.
What's my name, niggas? I gave the bitch have a Xanax up and sit down.
Yeah, anyway, y'all. Sorry for that little disturbance there. But this is just what we're dealing with, y'all. This is part of the breakdown of society. What I was just saying. That's a perfect example. This is what we're dealing with. But in spite of all that, I do believe that there's hope. We do have hope. Hope does exist. We just got to learn to embrace it. But hope exists. And man, that's not just Oh, thank you, Sonny. Thank you. Yeah, man. Hope exists. I mean, people got, and then we got the society where folks just want to throw folks away. I mean, people are over medicated for one thing. And then they don't take enough medications. We got, man, people are just messed up today. But I believe this is because we also live in a godless society. We live in a society where people just forgot about God. People don't want to embrace God. They don't want to worship God. I'm just put it out there like that. That's just what it is. I believe that we could have less people in jail, less rebellious children, if folks would go back to serving God. I believe that we wouldn't have as many metal detectors in schools if we go back to God. Yeah, I mean, I never thought the time would come where your students have to go to school and get wanded down with a metal detector like they're going into some concentration camp. How's a kid supposed to learn in that kind of environment? Explain that to me. Someone please make that make sense. How are children supposed to learn when they're going into something that's made and designed to look like a war zone? I mean, that doesn't make any kind of sense at all. I mean, yeah. You got kids trying to learn their lessons, and you got these overly zealous officers with their guns out just running amok. Then you got disenfranchised students and stuff shooting up their classmates. And that's another thing. Yeah, I should have, you know what, that's probably what I should have titled this. The Breakdown of Society as We Know It. Oh well, I'm talking about it now, so. But yeah, society is breaking down because we live in a godless society. But that doesn't mean that there's not hope. Hope still exists. Hope is still there. I mean, family, we definitely got to go back to loving one another. And you know what? It's real easy to say that when we're on these avatars and behind, on these panels and on these computers and stuff, but I really mean it. I mean, the way that you see me on YouTube is the way I try to be in real life. I mean, I try to be real. I really do. I make an effort to be real. Because, I mean, it's in my name, The Real Aaron Collins. And I really do make an effort to be real. Because it's too much fakeness going on. It's too much false pretenses going on. It's time for somebody to be real. Yeah. Let's see what else. I'm getting more confident doing lives too. Also, I'm getting a little bit more confident every time when I go live. You know, sometimes I drop the ball with some things. I hope everyone enjoys my topics. I hope everyone enjoys me speaking to them. But I'm getting more and more confident as I go live, and so I get to do this. I need to start doing it more. Key Watts, what's going on? The church has turned people away. Sexual molestation by pastors. Yeah, that's some real talk too. The Real Aaron Collins, random question. What will you do for your city if you ran for governor? Oh, wow. What would I do for my city if I ran for governor? Well, it depends on which city you mean. I mean, I've lived in Los Angeles, Dallas, and Chicago. But I guess I would assume that you're talking about where I currently live. if I ran for governor, I would try to make it a little bit easier for people to live. I mean, I would try to adjust the cost of living, because as it stands, there's way too many homeless people here, and it's getting worse and worse. And it shouldn't be this many homeless people on the street. I was walking through Skid Row today, and I walked across the street. Well, I think it was like Fifth and San Pedro, and I'm like, I think I saw more tents being placed up at that corner than before. And I'm like, man, there's more tents popping up here. It's like, does the government turn a blind eye? Do they like see what's going on? So that's what I would do. I would try to make a conscious and a realistic adjustment to the cost of living, and see about getting some of these people treated, getting some medical treatment for people. And disclaimer, everyone, not in any meaning of the word, I am not any kind of medical doctor or nothing. I'm not putting myself in the place of a medical doctor. I'm just saying what I would try to do. And I'm being as real as I can. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to pretend that I have all the answers. But I do know someone who does have all the answers. His name is Jesus Christ. Not Cesar Borgia, but Jesus Christ. And yeah. I hope I was being realistic with you, Sonny. I hope I answered the question. But that's what I would try to do, man. And you know, one thing too is this. One thing I learned is that if something was to happen, if a situation rises up and you go to act on it, if you act on it the right way or if you act on it the wrong way, at least you acted on it. Like some people will say, well, you made the wrong decision. At least make a decision. Whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision, make a decision. Yeah, that's right, Key Watts. Some people are addicted to their own medication, and that's one of the reasons why this increase in the rising of opioid addiction and overdoses and stuff, and because people can't handle society, and this is their way of coping with it. People can't deal with life as we were living it. People can't deal with what's going on. So yeah, man. We definitely have to. I'm just being more observant, and one thing about getting older, I look at it is when you're getting older, you need to be also getting wiser, getting more mature. Because see, you could be as old as dirt and still be immature. You could be like, I don't care if you're 60 to 600. If you don't know anything, all you are is just a person with some more numbers at the end of your name. Some more numbers, that's all. You're supposed to learn as you get older. You're supposed to wisen up. Some things should change as you get older. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to act like I do, but I do try to put myself in a position to where I can at least learn. And then when you do learn, if a person is teaching a way where the person could relate to you, teaching a way where the person loves to learn. Because there's a such thing as being condescending to our people. There's no reason to be condescending to our people to teach them something. everybody. Hold on, just a... I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay. Sorry about that. Just trying to zip my jacket up here. It's getting a little bit windy. I've also been sitting down too long. Yeah, but the breakdown of society is very reflective of the powers that be that are acting in society.
God damn.
Yeah, stay in front. No, don't come back here. Don't get hit by a car either, but anywho, once again, I don't want to. That guy is Bashti. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he is. But this is what we deal with in society, though. This is what happens when people are like either overly medicated, where people are left to their own devices, and it's sad. You got people out here that, you got some that need obvious help, and we're dealing with a society where that just kicks people to the curb. And yep, Key Watts and Gab, y'all hit the nail right on the head. It's possibly drugs. You know, stuff like that, people would, there were times when people used to laugh at something like that, but that's really not a laughing matter. That's not something to laugh at all. That's not something, because it could be someone in your family. And that's the one thing I don't do, is I make sure I don't make myself all high and mighty and think I could just look down on people and laugh at them. That's not what I would do. I don't do that. There's been some situations that have happened where I've become, that very much have humbled me. I've been humbled by a whole lot of things that have happened. One thing I'll say the Lord is blessing me to do is to work on in my industry more. I just got through working on a music video with a friend of mine, shooting a video. Yeah, y'all, that's the wind, y'all. Yeah. It's been pretty windy here in California the last few days. Maybe it's a spring thing. We are still in spring, so yeah, that could be it as well. But once again, I'm just killing some time. I'm gonna be heading into work soon. Right now, I'm just people watching, observing, making mental notes, and I just make sure I just try my best to be a better member of society myself. Oh yeah, Flavor, yes I am. I'm definitely still working on film projects. Okay, wow. Yeah, I'm still working on film projects. I just got through shooting a music video with a friend of mine just yesterday. and I've also in the past have produced some short projects. But I'm learning. I'm also writing my own stuff too. I'm developing my own stories also. So everyone, stay tuned for that. I know I've stated this before, but I really wanted to hit home with people. But when we get on our channels, there is nothing wrong with asking people to help out financially. For those of us who have PayPal accounts, and yeah, and I'm going to say this, please support me at paypal.me/TheRealAaronCollins. There is nothing wrong with doing that. For those of us who have PayPal or Cash App or Patreon, we need to utilize these platforms. But there's nothing wrong with, it's nothing wrong with us. Someone said this, use your channel, treat your channel like a business. There's nothing wrong with us asking for donations, asking for financial help. What is wrong with it? I don't see nothing wrong with it at all. Everyone else asks for money for other things. What's wrong with asking for donations when as we get on our channels and do what we do? We should definitely do that. That's what we have channels for. There's nothing wrong with making a living off of our channels. There's nothing wrong with making a living off of creating content. I've heard of people that actually have, they do nothing but YouTube. Nothing wrong with that at all. Wow, this thing has a mind of its own. I don't know why it does that. I'm sure y'all saw that. The image got bigger. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, it zoomed. I don't know why it zoomed like that though, Key Watts. I didn't do anything. I don't know why it did that. Sometimes it does that though. Oh well. Because one of the things I'm definitely wanting to do is get better equipment. I want more professional equipment. I'm serious. I look at, I try to treat my channel professionally and try to deliver my live streams professionally, videos professionally. I make an effort. I want to present myself to you all in a professional manner. I don't want to do things half-assed. I want to come to you all in a professional way, the way you all deserve to be, because I look at you all as professionals. I love and respect you all that much. I want to provide you all with some good content. I want to provide you all with something. I mean, you all took time out of y'all's day to come and watch me talk and ramble. The least I can do is present to you all some quality content. Once again, I appreciate you all. I really do. And for those who you are wondering, anytime when you support one of us, you're supporting a black business. You really are, or you're supporting a black individual. I also have in the works of getting my own website off the ground where I will be selling novelty items. I will be selling products and specialty items and stuff on my own website. So everyone stay tuned for that. This is just, I think we need to have different types of money-making ventures. We should all push for entrepreneurship. That's the one thing I'm always stressing, entrepreneurship. I stress that all the time, being an entrepreneur and not working for someone. Because working for someone brings on a lot of stress. If we could work for ourselves and put in as much effort in our own thing as we do for someone else, wouldn't we just be off? Wouldn't we be better off in some areas? I think so. We'd be better off in our lives, better off in our health. We all would. The small business is the backbone of America. The small business is what makes America what it is. I'm not talking about these major conglomerates and corporations. I appreciate you, Brother Flavored. I appreciate that so much. The small business is what makes our society what it is. See, we gotta go back to that. We could all support each other this way. That's why I wanna. I hope LMP. I hope LMP is still here. I got a brother, my brother LMP, Life Machine Power. He's out of Canada. He's got something. We're helping him develop something called the universal sector, where we stress and each one supporting one another, have our own little financial, here there goes the Zoom again, our own little financial process to where we're just helping everyone's channel grow. We're all helping our channels grow and we're all supporting each other financially. We all pick one channel that we're going to support, then we do that one, then we go move on to the next one. And we can just continue bringing it on full circle and continue the process and keep it going and make sure everyone's channel is going up and running. I mean, I think that's something we should do. I mean, the dominant society does it to each other all the time. What is our problem? Why don't we support each other? I think we should. See, it's nothing to donate, say, $5 to a cause. Because think about it. I blew $5, I've thrown $5 away just on BS. If I was to put $5 toward a black business, something meaningful, that would be beautiful. I could think of times when I spent $5 just all goofing around or something. If you're going to use it for something meaningful. And I do practice what I preach. I'm not just talking just to hear myself speak. I practice what I preach. Yes, Key Watts, it is very stressful. I don't know why this Zoom keeps going. I don't know why that keeps happening. But whatever, that's one reason why you need better equipment. Because like I said before, Flavor says we got excuses on why we can't pull in our money together to empower ourselves. Even I'm guilty of it before. But you know what, Flavor? I am too. We all are. And this is no way in any way to guilt trip nobody. That's not my purpose of doing that. I just want us to be more aware of what we're doing. That's all. But yeah, I mean, but you're right though. We do make excuses, and it is sad. And I'm not saying pay somebody's mortgage or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. But let's just help support one another. That's all. And that's not to say that we can't support other people's businesses either. I mean, I'm not saying that we have to always completely 100% support black businesses. I mean, I can understand we may have to support some white businesses and stuff since they are the dominant society. I get that. But if there's a black business that you can support that brother, support that sister. That's all. But I mean, I just try to be the voice of reason. I try to speak wisdom. I try to speak power to everyone. To speak knowledge. But LMP, if you're still here, brother, yeah, the universal sector is on and popping. Even if you listen to the playback, we definitely got to get this going. Because I'm going to be the first one to tell you, and I've said it before, I want the finer things in life. I want to be able to to live nice or drive nice or whatever. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And I want that for all of us. I want that for everybody. I want that for everybody. Everybody in this chat, I want that for you as well. I want all you all to live your best life. Like my sister Nikki C says, I want you to all to do things you want to do. I want you to all enjoy life. I want us to all do that. Because like Flavor said, Key Watts said that working for somebody is very stressful. I agree. You hit the nail right on the head with that, Kai Watts. It is. You got a boss that's constantly breathing down your neck, constantly mistreating you. You're not getting paid what you're worth. And then you got people that constantly want to talk down to you, like you're nothing. That's no way to live. That's no way to live at all. Same here as well. I invested in a drawing tablet by Viacom because I am interested in getting back into graphic design while saving my money I earn at my current job. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone should follow their dreams too. One of the reasons why I'm out here in Los Angeles is because so I could follow my dream of filmmaking. I'm gonna just be upfront with that. And you know what? I don't regret the decision to move here. I really don't. Man, people are just, wow. I don't regret the decision to move here. I'm glad I moved out here. Because, let me tell you something. When you're in an environment, with something that you want, it really motivates you. And I think it also does things for your health as well. You see, when you're around other creators, it activates those creative juices. It activates the creator in you. It activates the warrior inside you, so to speak. It helps you become more. I mean, even right here, I'm looking at some creators. I'm looking at this guy here. Looks like he's got some kind of red camera or something like that. The red camera, one of my favorite cameras. Yeah. Anyway. But there's no excuses, everyone. And that's another thing too, everybody. Start embracing technology. Don't be afraid of technology. Technology is our friend, believe it or not. Now, what people decide to do with technology, that's really on them. People do some crazy things with technology that they shouldn't be doing. But yes, embrace technology. And black people, we definitely need to embrace tech. That's one of the things that Nipsey Hussle did. He had an organization called Vector 90, where he was teaching young black kids in Crenshaw about tech, about technology. That's one of the things he did. I'm so proud of him for that. Yes, people are walking very fast. I know, Kai Watts, I know. It's the basic hustle and bustle of the city. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and spend some time with people. It's coming up on the hour mark for me, and I'm about to start heading on in myself. I'm glad I could spend some time with you all. That's real moves. I appreciate that, Sonny. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta start embracing what it is that we want to do. Stop living this 9-to-5 bracket type of living, and embrace the entrepreneur in you, and embrace the business owner inside of you. It's time, everybody. It's time. And like I said, I want this for everybody, not just myself, but for everyone, every one of us. But anyway, family, it is now the hour mark. I'm about to get ready to wrap up. But I appreciate everyone stopping by to come and see me. Gav Talk Media, Kyle Watts, Flavor Genuine, Life Machine Power, James Hudson, Spirit of Truth. Who else stopped in? Meckham came through. Kareem Williams, Charles Gilmore III, CG3. Yeah, brother, we're going to have to definitely do lunch together someday. Who else came through? Yeah, LMP came. Yes, everyone that came through, I appreciate you. And for those of you who missed it, check out the playback. It's very enlightening, very informative. But anyway, everyone, I got love for everybody. Love you all. Be blessed. And like I say in my uploads, that God loves you. I love you. And seriously, y'all, I mean this, let's do life. That's right, everyone. Let's do life. Holler at everyone later.